Hello YouTube, my name is Stacy. I'm known here as flightyrambler, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel today. Today I am continuing with ICAD 2022. That is an index card a day challenge. It is a 61-day challenge hosted by Tammy Garcia. She is known as Yellow Daisy Art and has a handle on Instagram, Gypsy999. I'll have links to all of that in my description box below. I highly encourage you to go check her out on Instagram. The tag on Instagram is ICAD 2022, and there are so many projects. There are a couple of channels here on YouTube that are also following the challenge. I am one of them. This is my first year. Tammy has been hosting this for 12 years, so I'm a little behind, but I decided to give it a try this year. And to begin my project today, I am on day 43. And I'll begin by gluing 3 index cards together, and then I'll use that pencil to do some mark making and scribble journaling. Once I've dumped out my thoughts, I'm going to reach into my stash and choose this background texture napkin. It has beautiful shades of blue in a diamond pattern. What I'm going to do is tear out a section of this napkin, and then I'm going to use a catalyst tool as well as some gesso to use as the glue today. I'll put a layer down over top of my scribble journaling, and then I want to create a lot of texture with this napkin, so I'm going to crumple it up, and then I'm going to mush it down into the gesso, and then I'm going to keep it glued down by using another layer of gesso on top. Now this is a really fun napkin, and it is available in my Etsy shop. That's right, I've opened up an Etsy shop. There's a link to it in the description box below, and right now there's a lot of napkins available on there, including this one, as well as ones with butterflies, flowers, and birds. So if you're interested, click the link and go check it out. Now, it's going to take a hot minute to get this mess dry, but I love the texture I created. So next, I'm going to add some color on top of this napkin, and I'm going to reach for my acrylic inks. Now, I bought these fluorescent inks as a set, like at least 7 years ago. It was the first inks I purchased, and I've never really used them. I tend to use acrylic paint more than this ink. And recently, I have been on a kick of using up some old products, and this is one of them. I'm going to choose the fluorescent yellow to start. And it's a favorite technique I've been using lately. I'll drop some ink onto the card, and then I'll move it around with a really wet brush. I'll even add a spritz of water, and then I'll go ahead and dry it off with my heat tool. And I love the randomness of this technique. There's no real control over where the ink is going to flow, especially because I have such a textured background. Once I've got the yellow down, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with the fluorescent green. And I like the combinations together. I like how the colors are mixing together. I'll go ahead and add more drops of the inks in their respective areas because I want to make the inks pop a little more. They were a bit too translucent. And I'm really happy with the effect. The yellow and the green flowing together on top of the blue is so beautiful. Then I'm going to take some black and white acrylic paint, and it's time for some splats, 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 splats. I'll start with black splats. Basically, I'm taking the acrylic paint, I'm watering it down, and then using that round brush to do some random splat making. And I'll do that for the black and then the white. To really enhance the texture on this card, I'm going to go into my selection of ink pads. I have a couple of colors of blue in the Stays On pads, and I'm going to use both of them. I'll go ahead and ink up the edges with the blue, and then I'll scuff both blues over the surface to bring out the texture. And I'm not quite happy with that, so I'm going to go in with my archival ink pad in black and do the same thing. I'll ink around the edges and scuff along the top, and wow, it looks amazing. You can really get a glimpse of all the texture I worked to create with that fabulous napkin. I have created these two dishes. One is a bunny and one is a sunflower. And I've added some of the selection of my laces and embroidery threads and flosses just to put me into the mood of using these items instead of always reaching for the same things. And it's successful. I tend to be using these fibers and trims and threads more than I have in the past, and I find that absolutely charming, and what a great way to use those cute dishes. I'm not sure if that's a white eyelash trim or what that is, but it's just not giving me what I need. So I'm gonna go into my stash and pull out some gauze and I'll slice off a piece of it and then go ahead and pull it apart to distress it really good. And I really like how that's working against the busy background. And for today's sentiment, again, I'm reaching for my Dymo. This little machine was the best investment ever. I love Tim Holtz's big chat and tiny talk and all that, but sometimes you just need a specific word. The word for today is motley. And to me, that means assorted, mixed, and that's kind of how I'm feeling today. I've got a lot of emotions swirling around. And hopefully it'll settle back down. But for today, yeah, it's motley. I'm going to use up the last of this Aleene's tacky glue. It's taking me forever. There's a lot left in it. And that's it for my project today. I'd like to thank you for watching. I encourage you to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you can see what I'm getting up to next. And until my next video, bye-bye.